So they're going to go to this website here, which they're going to plug in the numbers that they did at the beginning of the lab about the condition of the tree, how close it is to a building, that sort of thing. And they're going to have this calculator of how much money the tree is worth in terms of carbon sequestered, air pollution removed, stormwater runoff. It's kind of interesting because if a tree is in bad shape and it's too close to a building and it's going to cause damage, it actually doesn't save that much money. It can actually cost money, but most of our trees have a monetary value. They have an ecosystem service. They provide shade, so they save on cooling costs, and they take in air pollution and things like that. Now we talk a little bit about why this CO2 might look different than this CO2 sequestered, and because this tool does not go into as much detail as our calculations did here, they're not asking for as much information, and so their number here won't be as accurate as ours. So that is a one of the questions here, number 11. And then, so I talked a little bit about some of the trees have a negative dollar amount, and that's if they're not in great shape. Okay, so then we move into electricity and being burned by fossil fuels and electricity generated by fossil fuels. And so how do trees help solve this? So this is our solution. So our science practice number 7, solutions. And then we talk a little bit about the benefits of trees in terms of water pollution as well. So these are topics that we talk about later in the year, so in later units or in my book, later chapters. And so I'm introducing these a little bit here in terms of trees. And then this is our claim check here. And I put in ecosystem services, so my students have learned this by now. It's in earlier units, it's an earlier chapter, so I really want them to talk about ecosystem services with climate change, air pollution, water pollution. And now we go into some of the formal explanations of all of these concepts. And so there's a YouTube video about tree sitters and another one about tree sitters, and then more about why forests are so beneficial to the world. And then we go into deforestation. And so we have a play set here of several YouTube videos, not all YouTube. And so in these they're all very short videos. You can do this together as a class, or you can do this as homework. They're going to write about facts about deforestation and sustainable forests. How can we have sustainable forests? And then the evaluate is this graphic organizer here. So it's a little bit different of an assessment, which is fun for the kids to not always have to write a CER or a formal lab conclusion. So I want in the tree, they want to record 3 ecosystem services, and then 2 other benefits. So 3 ecosystem services, 2 benefits. At the trunk, 3 problems with deforestation, and then in here, 3 ways we practice sustainable forestry. So it's just a little review of everything that this lab entails. So this lab takes about 1 day to measure the tree outside. It doesn't actually take that long, maybe a half an hour. Then you can come back in and run the calculations. You could spend the next day if you wanted to do the little videos during class, or you could assign that as homework. So overall, it takes about maybe 2 hours total. You could squeeze that down a little bit and have some of it as homework if you don't have that much class time.